Hey everybody, welcome to the MTC Report on my YouTube channel. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield in Seattle in the recording studio. I have a band called MTC and the Rebel Saints, so watch for our EP coming out soon, and you can check out our song Mother Freedom on YouTube, dedicated to people around the world fighting for freedom and justice. And I want to thank the BBC World Service for coming to Seattle and hosting the Arts Hour program at the Rainier Arts Center. It was an amazing event with a potential worldwide audience, I guess, of like 279 million people through the BBC World Service. So thanks to Nikki and the crew for coming to Seattle and choosing our city as a place to spotlight the arts internationally. Thank you for all the artists who showed up. Thank you to the Marshall Law Band for being one of the featured performers, the same band that performed like every night at CHOP for a week during the massive Black Lives Matter protests here, where yours truly as a journalist was getting tear gassed and ducking rubber bullets for months at a time. But they were there almost every night performing, and then allowing independent artists like myself to step up on stage sometimes and perform. So thanks to the Marshall Law Band, thanks to MC Marshall Hugh for letting me interview him as part of this segment. Thanks to Eva Walker from the Black Tones, the brilliant vocalist, guitarist and songwriter, and also she has her own show on KEXP, which is a very cutting-edge music station here in Seattle and can be heard internationally. And her program is called Audio Oasis, so check it out. It's got a lot of great unsigned and local bands. So great people, great event. Thanks to the BBC and Nikki and the crew for joining us in Seattle for that fun time. I got to speak about the arts and give a shout out to a lot of the great bands in Seattle, including the Marshall Law Band and the Black Tones, Shayna Shepherd and Barracks, Blood Moon Orchestra, and all sorts of other great bands in Seattle that are part of this really beautiful family of artists that happens here. And one of the reasons why I moved to Seattle, because of the music scene here. So thank you all for checking us out and for checking out the MTC Report. Please subscribe to this video, like it, share it, support my independent stuff here. This is just me as an artist and musician and journalist speaking to you. I don't represent anybody here except myself, so thank you for checking in. Thanks to Eva and Marshall for letting me interview them, and that was a great event. So thank you to everybody watching, and I hope you're having a great time. And check these people out; they're very interesting and entertaining. This is Eva Walker from the Black Tones and Marshall Hugh from MC Marshall Hugh from the Marshall Law Band. Thanks for joining us at the MTC Report. This is Mark Taylor-Canfield in Seattle. Okay, so tell us about the BBC Arts Hour and how it came to Seattle. How did you hear about it and how did you get involved?
I heard about the BBC Arts Hour because BBC reached out to KEXP and tapped us about what was happening musically in Seattle, and I was involved in those first few meetings, and then they were looking for some help producing the event here, and I was like, I would love to help produce the event in any way I can. And originally they wanted me as a performer, but I was more interested on the back end experience. So I was like, I want to be on the back end. I want to help produce.
Is that a new thing for you?
No, I the first event I put on, I was 16, so I hadn't done it in a while. I think the last event I put on, I don't know, probably sometime in my 20s or something. So it's been a while, not that long. I'm only 32.
How does it feel? Do you think you would like to do it again?
Yes, absolutely.
Cool.
I want to do this again. This is really fun, and I want to work at the BBC again.
How did they treat you? Was that good?
They were wonderful. They are wonderful. Great people. It was a blast. Absolutely. I wish it wasn't over yet.
What did you think about the dialogue? I mean, as an artist, I was really shocked that people were being so honest about the arts in Seattle and the culture here, because that's not always something that comes up in public forums.
I really appreciated it and was like, this is a dream panel. This is amazing. So I appreciated everyone's statements. Hollis hit the nail on the head with a lot of the things she was saying. Marshall Law Band was incredible. They have Claudia here, and Tracy and Bonnie. Everyone was just, it was perfect.
I was having flashbacks to Chop and seeing them up there
Oh
performing.
boy, yeah, right?
I started to smell the tear gas. And
Oh my God, that's so real.
It's weird. No, but he's a great interview too. So,
Yeah.
So is there anything that people should know? Look, it sounds to me like you have a scoop coming up, sort of. Well, you already told us on Facebook that you have some singles coming out on Sub Pop. Is that right?
Oh, they came out.
Oh, they're out. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
They
All
already
right.
came out. The 2 songs are The End of Everything and Mr. Minds. And Mr. Minds features the vocalist who was one of the backup singers for the Talking Heads and she's on the concert film Stop Making Sense.
Oh, I love that film.
Yeah, she's amazing. So she sang on the B side of that.
I love that movie, man. It blows my mind every time.
It's like the best concert movie ever.
I told somebody the other day, just stop making sense, and they looked at me like, what is the hell is he talking about? But sometimes you do. You just have to stop making sense,
Oh, yeah,
because nothing makes any sense anyway.
Exactly.
All right. Is there anything else going on with your stuff at KEXP or with the band that people should know about? When are you guys playing again?
We are going on the Northwest tour, starting at the end of the month. As far north as Bellingham, as far south as Los Angeles, as far east as Reno. And that should be about 10 days or so. It's pretty short. And I'm still doing my show on KEXP, Audio Oasis, every Saturday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m.
There you go, folks. There's a shout out. It's a good show. So what do you like to feature on that show, just for people who haven't heard it?
Well, it covers, Northwest region, and so it's like the Discovery Show. So really playing things people haven't heard before, and a lot of bands, it's their first time on the radio. It's a really cool job to be able to do that for someone.
How do you find most of your tracks when you do that?
It's a good question. Either I've been on the bill with them and I hadn't heard of the band before, and I watched them play and was like, well, that's amazing, or I go out to shows. That was less during the pandemic, of course, close to none. But people also submit music to me regularly. But I also just keep an ear out, like, who are people talking about? What should I be listening to? And I ask around too, because it's important. I'm not going to cover everything as one person, so I kind of see the show and treat it like a coalition. Like, I have my friends. When I got hired to do the job, I created an Excel sheet and I shared it with people in the music scene that I trusted and appreciated, and they all put in band names into this Excel sheet that I use as a okay, cool, let me check them out, because it's there's many ears out there, and I know I'm gonna miss something. We all have, and it was also people with different tastes too. So okay, what am I not hearing in metal music in Seattle? What am I not hearing in hip hop music in Seattle? What am I not hearing in country music in Seattle? So I treat it very communal. I want people to contribute.
Do you
I'm
yourself?
always taking suggestions.
Are you eclectic yourself in the kind of music you listen to?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. I love everything from Bone Thugs and Harmony to Kraftwerk to Johnny Cash to Herb Alpert. My favorite album of all time is a Herb Alpert record. I love elevator music, vintage 70s elevator music and Muzak. I love that stuff. I love everything.
That wasn't Herb Alpert that did Taste of Honey, was it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's so classic.
And
yeah.
I love Public Enemy. I love everything. So yes.
Are there any new bands besides the Black Tones that you want to give a shout out to that people should know about?
New bands there is.
Probably too many, huh? This is Seattle, and everybody's in a band.
Oh, yeah.
And their brother's in a band, their dog's in a band. None of my friends can make it to my show because they're all playing that night. That's Seattle.
So many bands. I really like. You've heard these before. I love Black Ends. I love Warren Dunes. I love Alex Shaw, amazing vocalist and musician. I'm just
I'll check out Alex Shaw because I don't know. So
Alex Shaw, beautiful voice.
Okay.
There's so many.
There's some really talented people in this town,
I just got into Super Coves. They're amazing.
Oh yeah.
Lemon Boy, David's Band. Oh my God, David's Band reminds me of Primus. They're
Ooh, that sounds good.
I love Primus.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Les
There's a lot of
Claypool,
really
yeah.
good music. There's that's a loaded question.
Yeah, because there's a million bands, and Aaron Jones is out there doing incredible stuff like he's been doing for years.
Just got hip to him. He's amazing. Novi, Django from Spokane. Oh my God. So the list just goes on.
And MTC and the Rebel Saints too. Yeah. So thank you. Thank you so much, Eva. We really appreciate you helping put this together because it was a really great event for the arts community, and
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely, I wasn't going to miss it for anything.
BBC was in Seattle.
Yeah! BBC, BBC, BBC. So yeah, maybe we should talk about that. So you kicked it off tonight with some things about the arts in Seattle. What was your message tonight to people in this audience that got them so riled up and inspired to talk about art?
I think first it starts with just a message of love and unity, and from that table we can have more conversations. And one of the things that I pointed out was, it's amazing that all these tech places are here, but at the same time, them moving in here has displaced the artist and the culture that makes this city so amazing and makes this city so powerful. So you can't say, oh, I love the culture, I love the city, and then make every person that is creating the culture and making the city so livable and so amazing and tell them, oh, hey, you got to move out of the city, you got to move to a different state. That doesn't make any sense. So that was one of the points that really got people to say, like, okay, hey, we're out here to really talk about it. We're not just out here for fluff answers, we're out here to really talk about it. And from that, it just kicked off a bunch of people really having strong opinions. So I'm just blessed to be in this position and to be able to speak on something that is really important to me and obviously a lot of other people.
It's nice to hear the Seattle kind of attitude, like we're not going to hold back, we're going to try to tell the truth even if you don't like it.
Yeah.
So you talked about Chop too and the band. So maybe for people who don't know, how did you guys get involved with the Chop protests and what was your part in that?
Yeah.
You guys were there every night, right?
Absolutely. Well, it was one of those things where initially we went out with our signs, we were yelling, and we were just exhausted. And like I said, I'm so rooted in love and connectivity, but our words and our songs actually spoke to the time and to the zeitgeist of the moment. So instead of joining the lines with the signs, we decided, okay, we're going to bring our music, we're going to center it away from the actual protest and create kind of a recharge center. And that's where we brought out our stage. We bought our own generator. The annex, when our generator failed, they dropped out a power cord for us. We taped it across the street, and we just had a recharge station where we play 3 or 4 songs, stop, give someone else who maybe doesn't feel comfortable screaming on a bullhorn, an actual stage and a platform to say what's on their heart and provide a healing center that was synergistic to what you saw. And I think it was a big contributor to the arts boom that you saw before Chop and after Chop.
So how many days did you guys play in a row there?
We played 7 days in a row. We took 1 break. We played 3 more dates, so 11 in total.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys probably during that time had to breathe some of the tear gas, I would assume.
Absolutely, and it was one of those times too where it was hard to get other artists to come. So me and Jim of the Bird, I was literally just be icing and massaging. I had one of those massage guns, honey, tea, cough drops, and somehow we made it through. But I could barely even speak, and there was a lot of things where I'd go off the stage and try to use some of my leadership skills. Hey, you know how it goes. I got to first show some love to the man who put it all together.
Okay, let's do that.
Great, man. Thank you so much for that opportunity. I had a blast.
Hey, how you doing?
I had a blast.
Yeah? Good. You really brought a lot of amazing energy.
Thank you. And thanks for, you're telling me, like, okay, it's okay for me to jacket. So
It's okay, man.